The Down Syndrome Association presents The Same Dream. Excuse me? Will anybody serve me?
Labą dieną. Mano vardas Dominikas, aš jūs aptarnausiu. Prašome jums meniu, įsirinkite, kas patinka.
Before you were born, you grew inside your mother. You started as a small cell that could only be seen through a microscope. From the beginning, some things had already been decided about you, such as, are you a boy or a girl, the colour of your eyes, and whether you have straight or curly hair. A lot of things had been decided before anyone had even seen you. Now, can you change the colour of your eyes? Can you choose how tall you will be? We all have billions of cells in our body, and there are chromosomes inside each one. When your father and mother cells joined, you received 23 chromosomes from your father and 23 from your mother. 46 in total. But when a baby with Down syndrome begins to grow, he receives 47 chromosomes. 1 chromosome extra. A baby has no choice in this, and the parents cannot influence this either. About 1 in 700 babies are born with Down syndrome. There are people with Down syndrome in every race and social group. Doctors can't say exactly why, it just happens by chance. Like winning a lottery or the throw of a dice. But actually, people with Down syndrome are more like us than they are different from us. You were a baby once. You needed a lot of help and love from your parents. Meet Myers. He was born with Down syndrome, but because Down syndrome is not a disease, Myers is not ill. He simply has that 1 extra chromosome. Just as you couldn't choose what colour your eyes would be, Myers couldn't choose whether he had Down syndrome or not. And Myers' parents also had no influence on whether he had Down syndrome or not. His parents love him, care for him, help him to know the world, just like your parents help you. Infancy is over. Your parents took you to kindergarten where you learned to be more independent and had fun with your friends. This is Dovydas. He is 5. He goes to kindergarten every morning and he has a great time with his friends. Although Dovydas doesn't learn everything as quickly as his friends, or say everything clearly, it doesn't bother him, or anyone else. Dovydas is truly loved by his friends and teachers. In fact, people with Down syndrome can do some things much easier than you do. For example, doing the splits or touching their nose on the ground while sitting. They can also feel your emotions perfectly. They understand exactly how you feel. Friends are very important to them. Children with Down syndrome can easily understand what you are telling them, but sometimes it can be difficult for you to understand them. This is because their voice has a low tone, and because their mouth shape is a little different to yours. Weaker muscles also make it harder for kids with Down syndrome to run, jump and write. Maybe you've seen your friend with Down syndrome resting a lot. It's important to understand that he works very hard to do the things you find easy. And now, with a lot of excitement, you go to school every morning, and you are willing to learn everything you need in life. Here is Nikita Maria. Like you, she goes to school every morning. Although sometimes getting out of bed for school is not exactly what she wants. Do you know that feeling? Like many teenagers, Nikita Maria wears braces and spends time with her friends during break. Although Nikita Maria is learning the same things as you at school, she needs to put in more time and effort, which is why she is learning some things separately with her teaching assistant. Friendly school children and positive teachers are helping Nikita Maria feel an important part of the school.
Beautiful eyes, I get lost in time. Now I know that I've been waiting for this night. I've been waiting for this night. Here we are together, you and I.
Are you an active child? Are you in a hurry for school to end so you can do some activities? Do you play basketball? Or do you play an instrument? Meet Gorda. She is 12. For the last 4 years, she has been going to her favourite after-school activity, gymnastics. True, Gorda is not quite as good as other gymnasts, and she also needs to put in a lot more work. But for those who don't do gymnastics, it would take them a long time to learn Gorda's skillful moves. And what a great thing it is that Gorda's coaches see not a child with Down syndrome, but Gorda and her desire to become a gymnast. Just like you, people with Down syndrome do some things well and some things not so well. But remember, they can do most of the things you do, just they often need more time, practice and help to learn something new. And when you see your friend with Down syndrome leaving the classroom with a teacher, it is probably to learn exactly what you are learning. Doctors believe that sooner rather than later, we will find a way to make it easier for people with Down syndrome to learn. But for now, be patient and attentive to your friend with Down syndrome. Offer help if, for example, they are finding a task difficult or have left a class at the wrong time. We all need help at times. Believe me, one day a friend with Down syndrome will help you too. You can feel good anywhere, but you feel the best at home. It is probably good for you to spend time with your family after a hard day's work. Maida is 15 and, like her sisters, she has jobs to do at home and follows the same family rules. Even though she had more help from her family to become independent at home, she can achieve great things herself. The fact that Maida has Down syndrome does not change her family's daily routine and, like other families, they love to spend time together.
That was our steps.
In the future, you will grow up and find a job, and you can become anyone. Meet Dominicus. He has been working for a year as a waiter in a restaurant. He does a very good job at work, and his favourite part is talking with customers. He is a very efficient worker because he has been provided with clear rules, and he is a patient manager.
Gata jau pradėti.
Like most waiters, Dominicus is attentive to his customers and wants them to feel at home. People with Down syndrome are more like us than different from us. They want to have friends, go to birthday parties, be an important part of the class. They can study and inquire of speciality, can start a family, and live a happy, fulfilling life. Just like you.